I want to share with you the easiest ways to save water in your home garden. And this is the best example. You see, we recently attended the Perth Raw Show with a huge demonstration garden, and it's a great way to share with you what you can do at home. One of the hottest trends in home gardening is creating your own veggie and fruit garden. Now, a fruit forest is something we've set up here to demonstrate how you can plant fruit trees quite closely together, and they create a special effect that's really important in reducing water consumption. You see, when you get that nice canopy overhead, well, it shades the ground and it reduces evaporation. It also baffles wind movement, which again reduces evaporation. Now, this kind of garden is absolutely sensational, and it doesn't affect the amount of fruit you get. You're still going to get great crops for a home garden. One more thing, it's down here. Look at this mulch. It's thick and chunky, and you put a 100mm layer over all the soil underneath these trees. You not only shade the soil, you allow water to enter and penetrate to the root zone straight away. Now, this saves water and reduces evaporation. The garden's principles were not just to be Waterwise. Everything had to be repurposed, recycled. So the raised garden beds featured composite wood, which uses recycled plastic milk cartons, which are melted down and mixed with rice husks, sawdust, and turned into non-slip, UV-protected decking boards. They don't rot, white ants won't eat them, and they look great all year round. The borders for the garden beds are a product called Linkage. It's aluminium, and drink cans crushed are an endless resource that can be used infinitely. Look at how healthy these veggies are now. They're grown in this amazing compost, and what will blow you away is this is the byproduct of composting our rubbish. Yes, the bin that you send off to the tip, well, these days it goes through a composting process. 90% of it is actually compostable, and the compost, well, it's rich in organics, nutrients, and it holds water. The mulch is laid at 100mm depth. Now, this is important because it smothers weeds, it shades the soil under it, and it reduces evaporation. Now, this mulch is something really special. It's a brand new mineralised mulch from Trev. It's bioactive, it's got microbes in it, so it's really, really good. It's also got minerals in it. But what makes it work so well? Well, for a start, it's a 100mm layer, which means that that depth keeps all the moisture down around the roots and the soil nice and cool. But because of its rough, coarse nature, it also keeps snails and slugs out of the veggie garden, so they're not getting into your salads and spoiling your veggies. I've set up these incredible Verge Gardens. There's 6 different styles: a wildflower, a classy grass option with different mulches, a low maintenance option, and they all feature plants that, once established, require no or only occasional watering through the peak of summer's extremes to sustain them. You might be asking, why does that matter? Verges are the first impression for your property when people arrive. They add value, yet you don't own them. Councils own the land, but they expect you to maintain it. And it's estimated that verges use up to 25,000 litres of top-quality drinking water a summer if they're covered in lawns. Imagine using plants that require no water at all during summer. Well, this is the new Australian ideal. Can you imagine 5 million Australian homes no longer having to water their verge? But they're beautified by not only, well, beautiful Waterwise plants, but in many cases, Australian native plants, which is just so good for our environment. You know, this would save a damn load of water. And sharing ideas like this, well, that's what the show is all about.